I'm Justin Martin Lawrence from Habitech, and this afternoon I'm going to give you some information on cabling for success for outdoor speaker environments. First things first, when you're cabling for outdoor speakers, you can't really use indoor cable like conventional 16.4 or 16.2 because it's not UV stable and it doesn't have any properties that protect it from humidity and water. So what you need to do is use a direct burial cable like this. And this cable has its inner cores wrapped in a jacket with a silicone lining which stops water penetrating it. Also, as its name dictates, you can directly bury it because it has a much tougher outer coating which is UV stable. Next, you need to consider the connection you're going to use for each speaker. We recommend that you run a 4-core cable and then tee off each speaker as you need it as either a left or right channel. If you're running in mono only, you can use a 2-core cable, but generally 4-core is best. When you're considering how to connect your speakers, you might be considering using the wire nuts that are provided in a lot of products. And they're absolutely fine for completely dry, arid environments because they're filled with silicone, but they're not really applicable to UK and Western European weather. Instead, you need to use a junction box that complies to IP68 regulations. IP68 means that the box is immersible with no fluid going inside, and that's absolutely essential for the fierce winters that we get, particularly in the UK and in Nordic countries. A lot of people like to consider using this European style box, which is quite good in the fact that it's got plenty of size for connections inside, but it's really designed for mains electricity, and actually it's not IP68. A lot of companies advertise these as IP68 compliant, but if you look, they're actually only IP66, which means they're not immersion proof. What makes part of the junction box IP68 is the glands that might be provided with it. And the problem with that is that while the glands themselves might be IP68 compliant, the thread does not make them IP68 compliant, and the humidity gets inside the box because of that. Also, when you're considering using an outside junction box, one of the biggest problems you're going to have is the fact that pretty much all cable glands are actually circular, and the majority of outdoor speaker cable glands are actually shotguns like this cable here. So we've got a solution for you. It's the Son IP68 Pro junction box, and it comes with everything you need to do a really neat, tidy job that's completely immersion proof and looks really good. First of all, there are three gland connections, one in and one out for your main cable, which is carrying the 4 cores of left and right. Then there's an output which can have a different gland according to the speaker you're connecting to it. So, if you're connecting a circular cable, you can use the small inner circular gland, and if you're using a shotgun cable, you can use one of the glands provided, which is designed for shotgun. So, if I'm going to wire a shotgun cable into the junction box, I simply take the outer nut off, I run it over the shotgun cable, I run the shotgun cores through the shotgun gland, I take the old gland out of the box and put the new gland in. And once I've done that, I tighten the outer nut over the gland, which compresses it correctly and makes a water and dust tight connection. Furthermore, in the box we provide Vargo 2213 connections, which mean that you can simply strip the cable, lift the lever, insert the cable, and then continue the run along your outdoor cable whilst teeing off for your speakers. Another advantage of the Son IP68 Pro box is that the lid has an inner silicone belt, so that even in fierce temperatures where things can contract and expand, the connections stay water dry inside the box. Also, the mounting holes are outside of the waterproof environment, which means that if the box is flexed when it's secured to a post or a wall that's uneven, it means that no water will come inside the box. One final tip for you is stripping the outdoor cable. This is a case of penknives are for Boy Scouts, and you need to use a proper tool to do it. So what I'd recommend is something like this Knipex tool, which enables you to cut the cable very easily. First of all, insert the cable into the tool and press and rotate the tool to create a score in the outer jacket. Then you can remove the outer jacket by placing it into the retainer in the collar of the tool, and that will cut and loosen the jacket and remove it from the cable. Then you can simply unwrap the inner PVC, cut the drawstring, split off the pairs, and then strip and connect them into the Vargo 221 connections. It's a really simple job, it's professional, it works, it doesn't let in water. Let me tell you from experience, if you put a connection in that does let in water or humidity, the oxidization that starts on the beginning of the copper cable within a year will reach the entire length of the cable, and that will cause audio degradation and amplification problems. So save yourself some work and use the proper tool for the job. Thank you.